Sharkansas's Women Prison Massacre 2015. Let's do it. 1 hour, 23 minutes. This is part 3 of my movie spree this week. I can't do sprees? Can I do jags? This is part 3 of my movie jag of this week. So hopefully you've been following, running along with me on this jaunt, as some might say. It's 1 hour and 23 minutes. Yeah, it's a little long, like most of these. Okay, so Sharkansas's Women Prison Massacre. When a fracking environmental accident rips apart the Earth's crust, the resulting hole lets out prehistoric sharks from underground that target a group of women and trap them in a cabin. Directed by Jim Wynorski. Now, if you watched my last one of this week's spree, I'm going to do a spree. I want to do a spree. It was directed by Jim Wynorski. He did the last one. He did the one I did, Giantess Battle Attacks. He also did that one. I love him. He's a great Chopping Mall. If you haven't seen Chopping Mall, you need to go and watch Chopping Mall. 80s classic. Lost Empire. Giantess Battle Attack. It stars Dominique Swain as Honey. She was in Face Off. Remember Face Off? with Nicolas Cage and John Travolta, where they swap kind of thing, swap faces. It's a small part she has. None of these people get big parts. Anyways, a movie called Lolita. I don't know if I want to watch that. And one called Alpha Dog. I've heard of Alpha Dog. Tracy Lords as Detective Kendra Patterson. Do you know who Tracy Lords is? Tracy Lords has apparently been acting since the early 80s. She started off as an adult actress when she was under 18. She lied about her age. Do not search for anything. The FBI will come knocking on your door, I'm sure. That's illegal, guys. You cannot do that. And then they found that out, and she got kicked out of the adult industry. So she went and moved over to mainstream, just doing bad 80s movies and that sort of thing. And she's been doing that ever since. And so she did this one up in 2015. So she's some mainstream movies she was in were Crybaby with Johnny Depp and Zack and Mary Make a Porno. Those were kind of the bigger names that I found that she was in. Kristen Wiig as Michelle Alika. Now, if you watched my last video, Kristen Wiig plays Fuchsia in the Attack of the 50-Foot Cam Girl. She's in that movie. And she's also in this one. She did Sci-Fi Vixens from Beyond, Familian, and apparently she's in Giantess Attack versus Mecha Fembot. So, I'm going to be hitting that one. With a name like that, Giantess Attack versus Mecha Fembot, of course I'm hitting that one. Eventually. Cindy Lucas as Anita Connors. Bikini Car Wash Massacre. Didn't I just do that? No, I did Bikini Bloodbath Massacre. Check it out if you haven't seen it. That one came out this week too. Piranaconda, Bigfoot or Bust. Bikini Car Wash Massacre. I'm going to have to hit that one too. There's so many of these movies. Oh, man. Love it. Amy Holt as Shannon Hastings. Dino Croc versus Super Gator. Girls Gone Psycho. That sounds fun. A Doggone Christmas. That's a kids' family movie. It's a low-budget one. They probably played on some kids' channel or something. So let's dive into the movie. Girls are getting transferred. There's like 5 of them getting transferred from a prison. And then it cuts to fracking going on. Sharks escape into the swamp. And at this point, they look surprisingly good. I'm thinking... Okay, so before I head into this, Jim Wynorski, did this because it was, I want to say, Shout Factory for Sci-Fi Network. Something like that. There was a big company involved with this. And Jim Wynorski played it safe. There's no nudity in this movie. It doesn't get super graphic with the deaths. Compared to like previous movies he's done, that sort of thing. Or movies after. And he played it safe, and you can tell it's played safe. Which kind of makes it a little boring. But we'll get there. So, we got 2 fracker guys going to get a beer, but they get stuck in the swamp. Shark comes in and gets them.
Hey, what's that?
The shark takes out their truck or whatever. And then we get the credits. Detectives cruising the swamp looking for something. And they're so serious. Like, guys, it's called Sharkansas Women Prison Massacre. Let's ease up. They find a body in pieces with amazing effects. Check out these effects. Chef's kiss. Nothing but the best for you guys. Back to women being transported. We're introduced to each gal and why they're in prison. You know, just like a typical movie kind of thing. So they're on work detail, and they got to dig up stumps in the middle of the swamp. There's no road. Why are they digging up stumps in the middle of the swamp? I don't know. You get a scene of girls pretending to dig. And then you're like, oh, I get it. I know why they did this scene. Okay, because they're not digging, but I know why they did this scene. You know why they did this scene. Gal cuts her arm. She needs to clean it in the stream. Shark gets her.
You gotta be kidding me.
Everyone's looking for the girl. They find a bloody shirt. They get in the van and they end up heading back. The cops or the guards are calling it in, that sort of thing. And they see a car blocking the road with a redhead standing there. And then she pulls out a gun. Apparently, she's the girlfriend of one of the prisoners. So this is as far as Jim Wynorski could go with this. I think they kiss him like twice in this movie, something like that. Because when you watch low-budget movies, you kind of expect certain things in them. Because that's how they sell the movie. That's how they get people to watch it. Like, how can... The acting's not going to be good. It's going to be low-budget effects. How can we bring people in? So a lot of bad budget, like low-budget movies, bad movies, that sort of thing, they know how to bring people in. So, but because I think this was on sci-fi, I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. They had to keep it safe. Go back to the detectives now. They're cruising down the road in a rental car because you can't smoke in rental cars, and apparently there's a no smoking sign on the dashboard there. Who does that in their own car? So we go, and that's it. And then we go back to the girls. They stop, and a cop takes off running, and he gets shot and hits the redhead with a rock. And then he ends up getting killed by a shark. The girls pull up to a house and are arguing, surprise. Prisoner girls are arguing. Yeah, whatever. Back to detectives. Lady found a glass Coca-Cola bottle. She thinks it's amazing. And not sure if she knows this, but you can buy those at a grocery store now. They still sell them. I'm not sure if they're going for a joke here. Like, obviously, like, they're being sarcastic. Like, duh, of course you can find them everywhere. Maybe they were, maybe they weren't. I don't know. They didn't make it clear. Girls chilling in the house. They're yapping about taking a bath and that sort of thing. Redhead and blonde make out. Now we got gals in the hot tub. Jim Wynorski. Jim Wynorski. I know what's coming. Wait. I don't know what's coming because this is a sci-fi network thingy with Shout Factory or whatever. And he played it safe. Come on, Jim, what are you doing? Girl hanging out on a log over a stream sees a shark. The sharks can swim through dirt. She's toast. So apparently the sharks can swim through dirt. They get her, all that. Gal goes out to smoke, finds the girl who was at the stream with a leg bit off, and she's dead. She, blood loss, whatever. They bury the body, and two guys show up. Two random guys just show up. Apparently they're geologists investigating what's going on, and somehow they know there's a prehistoric shark attacking people in the swamp there. I don't know how they know. Oh, because fracking bad, so prehistoric shark, of course, right? The shark is stopping them from getting to the van. So they can't get from the house to the van. One of the girls finds a stash of guns and says, "God bless Ronald Reagan." History lesson. They come up with a plan to draw the sharks to blood and to blow them up with gunpowder. So they're going to, they're drawing blood out of themselves kind of thing and, squirting it on a dummy. And they're going to put gunpowder in it. And they blow it up, And they run out the back door. The geologist biffs it. His assistant tries to save him. He's dead. Detectives show up to the house. Shark almost gets the guy detective getting out of the car, and it doesn't happen. And then the group is running kind of because the van's tires got flattened by the shark. Apparently they're smart prehistoric sharks. Not just prehistoric sharks. They're smart. So the group runs to a cave, and they find a really nice big cave. This is a spelunker's dream. You can just cruise through this thing. So, I see an exit to the cave, but they gotta wade through water. They have a raft now? Where'd they get a raft? And oars? And rope? Where did they find this stuff? They just kind of whip it out of nowhere? Then randomly, the geologist assistant guy is eaten by a shark. Just, well, oh, he's dead. Don't want to deal with him. And then one girl has a breakdown because she apparently was in love with the assistant guy who died. They kind of showed like them have a sweet touching moment for like 5 seconds or something. And then you're supposed to assume, oh, they're a romantic interest. They love each other, that sort of thing. They were really pushing stuff in this movie. Just assume this is what's going on. Guard hops on the raft and makes it across. 2 girls hop on the raft and they hear whale sounds for some reason. Like, ooh, ooh, that sort of thing. I can't do it. I don't know. You know whale sounds. Come on. And they end up making it across. The last 2 girls, and these are the bad girls. These are the redhead with the gun who held them all, like the girlfriend with the blonde she was trying to break out and that sort of thing. Shot one of the cops. These are the last 2 girls. And we have 5 minutes left in the movie. So, what's going to happen? One fires a gun at them, kills the girl who had a breakdown. For some reason. I don't know why. And then gets eaten by a shark. And that was the blonde. Now, the redhead just kind of disappears in this scene. Like, maybe she was knocked in the water. They don't show you what actually happens to her. You see the blonde get knocked around by the shark. So you just assume the redhead got it also. Not necessarily. One girl and a guard exit the cave. The guard lets the last girl go, says everyone died in the cave, as far as I know, and he turns his back to her. He's kind of letting her go because she had the sob story, the backstory of like having a kid and who's missing her. She only has 6 months to go anyways. Like, if you only got 6 months to go, just go do the 6 months. That way you're like, you don't have to go through the trouble of finding a new identity and that sort of thing. Because you're going to be pronounced dead. So that's going to be a pain in the butt. Anyways, she runs off. The girl runs off. And aha! The redhead emerges from the water. Crap on a cracker.
Crap on a cracker.
That's what she says. That was kind of her. She says it like 3 times in the movie. It was her catchphrase. Yeah. And that's the end. With her catchphrase, crap on a cracker. Crap on a cracker is right. I like Jim Wynorski. This one didn't hit. If you want to watch it, you're gonna watch women in. Basically, the only reason to watch this movie is because it's gonna have women in the prison tank top, white tank top, and that sort of thing. There's a little bit of action. It's fun to make fun of if you want to do it on a movie night. If you're one of those groups where you meet up with friends, you make fun of movies, that sort of thing. That's fun to do. Me and Garrett, if you've looked at Dominic Collective, he's my co-host on Dominic Collective. We did that. We go to theaters on movies, and because you can buy them online, and we'll get the whole theater to ourselves. We don't buy out the theater, but we know when there are people in there or not. And if there's no one in there, you go in and you just start making fun of it, and it's great. It's really fun to do on a big screen. So should you watch it? You can. It's free. It's on Tubi. Most, if not every movie I do is on Tubi because it's free and easy to find. If it's not, I'll point it out that it's not something I found on Tubi. I wouldn't waste the time. I'd go watch one of Jim Wynorski's other things like Chopping Mall, any of the Giantess movies, something like that. So yeah, do that instead. This might be my last one Blitz movie of the week. I'm not sure. I found a heckin' doozy of a movie. Oh goodness, it's gonna be so fun. Oh man, if you know, okay, it's not directed by Chris Seaver, but I was looking up stuff involving Chris Seaver, the director, and this kind of popped up on the side, and it might actually be directed by Chris Seaver. I'm not sure. We'll know next. I haven't done the research on it yet, so we'll know next time. And it will be my next movie. I just don't know when it's going to come out. So hopefully you hit that subscribe so you can see it pop up hopefully somewhere on your feed or something like, oh, he's got a new one. If not, it's not going to hurt me anything. I have a well-paying job. I'm good. So if I don't make any money doing this, this is more of a hobby. So anyways, hopefully I see you next time. If not, not a big deal.